Jeff never left.
Alright, looks like everybody's here, so...
Yep.
Alright, so I see you guys got the mine marked down in the southern archipelagos. And I think that's really the only note that you really probably should take. Excuse me. But like I was saying, the southernmost island in the whalebones they had visited, not recently though, but they had actually picked up some slaves actually, and actually had dropped off some supplies. So so your rumor is true there, Gim, that there is a small pirate stronghold in the whalebones.
Okay, so we expect that's on the most southern island.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then which island has the 2 gems that we want?
That's not clear yet. So
Okay.
because Gim's father, Garn, I think I named him Garn, or Garm, or something like that. Yeah, Garm, I think I named him, because Chris didn't have a name for him, so I kind of named him. Garm did not know too much. He just knew that there were some emeralds there that wielded great power and wealth.
Understood.
I think it was probably more on the wealth side than power, but you know, wealth is power, so.
Right. Through wealth, you
Yeah.
get power.
So this is where you guys are at. Blacktooth said that he's going to actually tie the ship onto his ship, and he's going to have one of his ship crewmen steer the vessel, and he's basically going to tow it back to Waterdeep. And he said that he'll take care of getting you a dock slip and everything else. He said he'll take care of the ship for you while you guys are away. You guys, as I said, you guys just found more supplies and everything on the ship. Nothing of significance, no kind of intelligence, nothing like that.
Whose acquaintance is with Drake?
That would be me.
So I kind of lean towards you and kind of whisper, can we trust all?
Well, I've known Drake for almost a decade now, and you can trust him about as far as you can throw him. That's pretty far for a halfling.
That's pretty good. I like it.
All right, I guess that's about as good as we get. All right, so do you expect that we'll reach the island today?
Yeah, it was at the it was, battle lasted for probably an hour, so you guys get the ship all tied up, start towing it, the winds start picking up, and you guys make it to the whalebones. The sun comes up early in the morning, and you can see in the distance, you can see some islands. Not too large of islands. They're small islands. Maybe, I mean, they start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So they're probably 60, 80 miles across. Just the one that you see, and you guys are to the whalebones.
Land ho!
Land ho!
So, out of curiosity, did I determine if that ring is magical?
Oh yeah, good question. What do you have? Detect magic, right? It's like a daily cantrip or something. Do you have that as a cantrip?
It's a ritual.
Is it a ritual? 15-minute cast. It definitely glows.
10 minutes.
So yeah, it's definitely got some magic potency to it.
Well, I guess we'll figure out what it does eventually.
I think it's going to take a identify to actually figure out what the actual attributes of the item is.
Yeah. And that's a ritual as well if you have this.
I don't. Not yet, sorry.
It wasn't one of your 4 freebies?
Detect Magic was one of my 4 freebies, but I didn't get the identification thing.
Ah.
So there's always trial and error, so if somebody wants to put it on and see what happens, be my guest.
I'll do it. I'll bite the bullet.
It gives you a black tooth.
It gives me a nice bushy beard.
You get a little tingly sensation, but you really can't. You don't feel stronger or anything like that. And you can
the only
take
thing
it.
it says about detect.
Take it off and
The
on.
only thing it says about detect magic is you learn the type of school of the enchantment.
Yeah, I know identify goes into the actual learning the attributes
Did
of
he-
the item.
Did he pick up what type of school of enchantment it was from?
No, you couldn't tell. You didn't feel any stronger or anything like that. You'll find out when you get identify.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep it slipped on unless somebody else wants it.
I'll hold on to it for you.
All right.
I do think there are rules for figuring out what a magic item does without the identification spell, but they involve time and stuff, but whatever. You have to spend a lot of time focusing on the item.
Which we don't have right now.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Yep. Once we
1 second.
yeah, you're good too.
So did you actually take the ring back off, or?
Well, I mean, do you guys want me? I don't care if I hold on to it. I mean, if I explode, I explode.
I mean, I'm
just
fine with you
curious
having
if
it.
It came back off. That's all.
Does the ring come back off?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I said it comes off, and you're able to take it off and on. It's
Okay.
identify as you learn the properties of a magic item of your choice within range. If the item has any special lore associated with it, you learn that lore as well.
Yeah, I'll just keep it slipped on. Maybe something cool will happen.
Okay. The morning goes, and you get there about probably about 10:30 in the morning. You guys arrive at the Whalebones, and this is where we're at. You guys may recognize this. Some of you, if you're old schoolers, you may recognize this. You may not.
Why does that look familiar?
Can you see the map on the left-hand side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It is an old school, early 1980 map. So this is the first.
Oh, I've
Alright,
seen
well,
this.
Yeah.
It's,
Do we explore and fight in black and white too?
Anybody know what this is? I'll give you 5 seconds. First person to tell me where it's from, I'll give you an XP bonus for the night.
Nope, I'm drawing a blank.
4, 3,
trying to remember if it was Keep on the
2,
Borderlands, but I
no,
don't think it
1.
is.
Castle Crusades?
Nope. The Isle of
No.
Dread.
Isle of
Damn.
Dread. Yeah.
So, welcome
yeah, totally drawing a
to
blank.
the Isle of Dread module, guys.
It's never like the Isle of Fluffy Bunnies.
No, it's not. Definitely not this place. Well, anyway, we're here to the island. This is the easternmost island in the cluster, and you guys arrived here there is a small. It's not deep enough water to where Drake can pull the ship up, to the land. Land ho, we're here. There's actually about a mile or so off the shore. Drake actually tells you that. Well, actually, Drake wants to know how long you guys are going to be here, because he has several deliveries. He's going to make it back probably in 3.5 days, because he's got this ship that he's towing now, and he's going to have some business to take care of in Waterdeep now. So he said it's going to be 3-4 days.
Where's the? Well, it took us 3 days to get here. So
Yeah.
if he's going back to town, it's going to be at least a week before he's back here.
Well, yeah. He's not going to be able to get back here. He said he's probably going to. He'll be able to see you within a couple weeks. So he said that as soon as he can get back, he'll be here, and he'll just pop up offshore. He said he's not going to leave you stranded or anything like that. Plus, Aerith,
Okay.
he's pretty trustworthy. He wouldn't do that to Aerith.
Okay, so we're looking at, let's just say 2 weeks. So we figure we've got 2 weeks to get back here, to meet up with him at the very least. Where's the village that we're headed towards?
Actually, you can see the village from from the shore. You're about a mile out, so you're going to have to take a couple small boats and row to shore. And it's
Okay,
right
but
here.
Where's the village on here?
I'm pinging them
Oh,
out.
it's that number 1.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So he tells you that he will take care of the ship, get it into a dock, and he'll take care of all the cost, and then you guys can pay him back whenever you guys get back. And
Okay, and is this
It gives you-
accurate that the index equals 6 miles?
yes, that's correct.
Even Aerith, though.
Wow.
I should have the measurement just about right. It may be off a little bit, but I got it as close as I could, which was pretty accurate.
Okay, so we might need 3 weeks for this.
You said the village was here.
Yeah, number 1 here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 3 weeks is a better. Yeah, even if we have to wait for him, it's probably a better idea to plan for 3 weeks.
So would you say we're about a mile outside of the village?
You're about a mile offshore, and then there's some small beach, and then you can see what looks like a small cliff. You can't tell you're a good ways off, but you can actually see smoke and stuff coming up from fires and everything. So it looks like there's definitely some civilization up there.
So this village was detailed in.
What was that, Chris?
Is this the village that was detailed in the book?
It looks like, yeah, from what the notes of what your father had in the journal, it looks like this could possibly be the area. But then again, this was written 45 years ago, so you're gonna have to find out if this is the place or not.
Day 1.
Oh, that's fine.
Jungle fever set in.
Jungle fever.
All right, well, let's take the small boats ashore and start off towards the village.
Sounds like a plan. I say my goodbyes to Drake and thank him for all of his help.
Nah, thank you. That's my Spanish pirate sound. If
It's
it
not
weren't
bad.
for you guys, I probably would have lost me ship last night.
Right, probably. Just focus on the positives.
Right. Now he's got to worry about making it back to Waterdeep. But he said it'll take him about 4 days to get back. So, but he said that he will give you 3 weeks. So he said he'll give you 21 days, and he should be back. Just look outside, look to the sea, and he'll be there waiting. He says, but I'm not going to wait, but maybe just several days.
Don't worry, my friend. We will be there.
Alright, so you guys piddle patty up to the actual shore. Drake rides off into the sunset. After a couple hours, he's out of the horizon, and you guys are there. You guys are now on the shore of the beach. Beautiful white sand beach.
You said we could see a village?
Yes, but it's not even a mountain or anything. It's just a sort of like a slope, a hill going up, and you can get up into the village. The village has got a wall, actually. Oops, excuse me, I had to burp. So it's definitely a walled. The wall looks probably about 15 feet tall or so.
Interesting. Or is it like surrounded by trees or anything, or is it clean cut?
No, it's definitely it's jungle around it. So you guys are at the edge, of a jungle. So this is definitely jungle type terrain, and the way that this is actually the map that minus the numbers, of course. There's no numbers there. That's for me, but Garn actually kind of detailed the map as good as he could with the types of terrain that are on the island.
Well, fearless leader. And he looks at Gim. What's our next move?
I'd like to look at the outside of the walls to see whether or not they look like they're battle worn. As this village had to defend itself against attacks, is there any scrapes or scuffs or hacks taken out of the wall? Does it look like it's been hit?
No,
kind of
nothing of the sort. From what you can see, it just looks like a pretty peaceful village, and if you
okay,
you're starting to gather. A crowd is starting to gather, probably a quarter mile away from you, closer to a road that leads up the hill, up to the village itself.
Okay, well, let's start. Everybody make sure that your weapons are not in hand. Anything that you can sort of conceal or put down, or just make it look like we're just traveling. We certainly don't want to walk up looking like we're weapons drawn.
Yeah, I'll just put my glaive in my pocket.
Yeah, I throw my cloak over my rapier and my crossbow.
Well, I keep my bow stowed or whatever, but I have my staff out using it as a walking stick, so non-threatening looking.
I'll just
I
put my
strap
glaive
my-
in my pocket.
I strap my shield and hammer across my back.
I strap my sword, bow, short sword, and buckler across my back, and it's quite painful.
I put on
You got
my
everything
friendliest
but the
face
kitchen
and I turn to Gim and I say, well, let's introduce ourselves.
Okay, so we'll start walking towards them and see what kind of reaction we get as we start to move towards.
They're kind of stepping back a little. They don't have any kind of weaponry or anything like that. They're kind of more. Seems like they're kind of more scared of you guys than you guys are scared of them.
Okay, so how about just a couple of us go up, talk to them as opposed to the whole group?
Yeah, how about you and me, we go up there and see if we can get a dialogue going?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
I'll stay back.
Yeah, I'll stay back.
Alright, so you guys approach the villagers.
With I'm gonna like approach him with my palms face up.
Alright, you can actually tell that they are definitely humans. They sense that you're not pressing any kind of danger towards them, and one of them sticks his hands up and greets you and actually speaks common, but in a weird, not a weird dial. I don't want to say weird. That's not the word I'm looking for. An unusual,
Exotic.
yeah, an unusual or exotic type of dialect than the common language that you're used to hearing on the mainland. And he says, "Hello."
Hello there.
Hi,
My
my name is Gim, and this is our group of friends here, and we've come to the island looking for some things that my past generation, my father, has noted in his book, and we've come to kind of in his journal, and we've come to kind of go back over his steps so that I can. As I've recently lost him, I'd like to go back over and find some places where he's been, and go back through these things that he wanted to travel with me. So we're sort of here on a sort of investigating the area and looking at the different places he's been.
There has been no one here for many years.
Yes, being a dwarf, my father was here probably 40 some odd years ago, 45 years ago. So it has been quite some time. He actually noted in his journal that he met with, at the time, a daughter of a chief named Mira.
Mira, interesting.
do you
I
know
asked
this?
him-
This is way before my time. I am not of that age. I'm much younger than that. But I do know of Amira.
Is she part of your?
She's not part of the tribe. She's actually the leader now of our tribe.
Oh, well, it's good to hear she's well.
She's very old.
Would it be okay? Would it be okay if my companions joined us?
I think you guys should wait here, and we will get back to you.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and signal for everybody to come forward at this point, so we're all together, and then we'll wait.
We usually do not get travelers in these parts. These are an ancient land from many centuries ago.
Understood. I wouldn't want to trample on your traditions. We will wait here for your return.
You're not here to steal our gold, are you? No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Oh, I'm
of
just
course not.
kidding. No.
Where is it? We'll make sure to steer clear of that exact location.
What hut is it in? I'll make sure to guard it.
Right. We'll trade you these rags for your gold. We'll trade you our woven blankets with smallpox for your gold, and we'll call that an even trade.
Since you haven't had contact
When they
with
say
the
to
moon,
wait here, am I like, can I do? I don't know. I'm paranoid about this sort of thing. Does it seem off, or is he genuinely just saying, "Hey, wait here, and we'll come back"?
Your gut feeling tells you that you're safe. And just from the way that the village looks, I mean, it doesn't look like a warlike village. I mean, and the people definitely don't. I mean, they are, they're in a sort of like an islander type of regalia with, they just have walking sticks, not even with any kind of any spear tips or blades or anything attached.
Okay.
And they don't
Fantastic.
wear any kind of shoes or anything like that. They seem like a very
Coming from a
peaceful,
small
peaceful
village
people.
myself, I would assume that they just don't want us in the village without knowing us first. So they'll probably send their elders or some additional folks out here to converse with us.
Yeah, the guy that you were just talking to said that basically they don't get many visitors, and it's been several years since they've had anybody visit the village, and he's going to he's going to go up and talk to Mira, and he asks you what your father's name is, and you tell him, and he tells you that Mira is getting of age, and she's not the young Mira that she once was. Now she's a fucking lich. No, I'm just kidding. And so, no, they go up to the village. About an hour passes by, and the same guy comes down just by himself, and he says that Mira will see you now.
Okay, we following back to the village.
All right, you guys go up to the village, and this is what you see. The measurement is not, it's not going to be, you're really not going to need the ruler for this map anyway. This is just the village
Point
map
of reference.
of Tanaroa, so.
And
Okay,
where
so
are
are they
we?
going to be taking us into the village?
Just some things about the villages. You notice a collection of huts that are laid out in circles facing the central graveyard. You can tell that there are sections of the actual village. I think there's 4 major sections of the village. So you have that. Let's see, it's a large symmetrical village, stands in a clearing at the edge of the jungle. A cleared trail leads in from the south, winding through and continuing north to the gates of a huge stone wall, at least 50 feet tall, which is about 5 times the size of the actual walls that are surrounding the village. They say that it's called the Great Wall. And the Great Wall actually has towers built into it and stretches into the eastern and western distance of the island as far as you can see. The inner circles of the actual village itself is in 4 groups of wood huts that stand on 10-foot tall stilts, so they are above the ground, and they are roofed with palm leaves. There is a flat-topped mound surrounded by a stepped pyramid that dominates the center of the village. Between the groups of huts and the mound, more paths quarter the village into gardens where livestock freely roam. And that's just a basic description of the village of Tanaroa. And there's quite a few inhabitants walking around. They just look like typical natives, man. I mean, they're really not. You see a few people carrying daggers, a few people with javelins or spears, but they're definitely not a. They're not a war type of village as what you can see.
Yep, and I'm all smiles, trying to put them at ease.
All right.
I'll say it's quite a lovely village you have here.
Thank you. It's been here for centuries. We were once inhabited of the main temple of the center of the island, but centuries ago we were pushed out, and we lost it to the evilness within there. That's what you know. The guy that